China, one of the oldest continuous civilizations on Earth, with a history stretching back thousands of years. From prehistoric cultures along fertile river valleys to powerful dynasties, visionary philosophers, incredible innovations, and imperial unification, China's story is vast, complex, and foundational to world history. Today, we'll explore how China began, how its early dynasties shaped civilization, and how the foundations of empire, culture, and society were laid, all the way through the Tang dynasty and beyond. Long before written records, humans lived on the land that would become China. Fossils such as Peking man and others show hominids inhabited the region hundreds of thousands of years ago. Evidence from Neolithic sites like Banpo village, inhabited between roughly 4,500 and 3750 BCE, shows communities producing pottery, farming tools, and organized villages long before formal dynasties existed. These early settlements were sophisticated, featuring houses with sunken floors, drainage systems, and defensive trenches. Through these early agricultural villages, rice cultivation began in the Yangtze River Valley, and farming along the Yellow River helped create the foundation for later civilizations. As these farming communities grew, they eventually developed centralized governments, and with them, the first recognizable dynasties. The Shang dynasty, c. 2070 to 1600 BCE, once thought mythical, is now supported by archaeological finds showing early bronze works and tombs. Its legendary founder, Yu the Great, became known for controlling the often destructive flooding of the Yellow River and laying the foundation for dynastic rule. Following the Xia came the Shang dynasty, c. 1600 to 1046 BCE, where bronze metallurgy, urban centers, writing systems, and religious practices became more developed. Next came the Zhou dynasty, which not only ruled for centuries, but gave China its defining political concept, the mandate of heaven, the idea that a ruler governed by divine approval and could lose that mandate if unjust or ineffective. This concept became central to Chinese legitimacy for generations. Under the Zhou, Chinese culture expanded dramatically. Writing was codified, iron tools improved agriculture and warfare, and philosophy flourished during what became known as the 100 Schools of Thought. This period brought figures like Confucius, Mencius, Lao Tzu, and others whose philosophies guided Chinese life, government, and ethics for centuries. But alongside cultural achievements, the later Zhou era saw military fragmentation, particularly during the Spring and Autumn period and the Warring States period, as rival kingdoms vied for supremacy. These centuries of conflict eventually set the stage for China's unification. Out of the turmoil of the Warring States, Zhang of Qin emerged victorious. In 221 BCE, he unified the rival kingdoms and proclaimed himself Shi Huangdi, the first emperor of a unified China. Under his rule, China saw major reforms: the Great Wall's initial construction to defend against northern nomadic incursions, standardization of writing, weights and measures, and roads to help unify the realm, new infrastructure linking distant regions. But his rule was also harsh. Shi Huangdi favored legalism, suppressed other philosophies, and even ordered the destruction of books that contradicted his ideology. To accompany him in the afterlife, he commissioned the magnificent terracotta army, thousands of clay soldiers buried with him in eternity. Despite his innovations, the Qin dynasty collapsed shortly after his death, undone by internal strife and rebellion. After the Qin came the Han dynasty, 202 BCE to 220 CE, one of China's most influential and enduring dynasties. Its first emperor, Liu Bang, Emperor Gaozu, reunited the fractured land and restored stability. Under the Han, China experienced lasting peace, cultural growth, and expanded trade, including early connections along what became known as the Silk Road. The Han codified history, advanced science, and made Confucianism the official philosophy of government. This dynasty not only fostered internal prosperity, but also expanded China's influence, consolidating borders and promoting literature, education, and technological sophistication. The Han eventually declined, and China entered periods of division, warlord rule, and separate states, such as during the Three Kingdoms era. Yet these fractious times continued China's rich historical tapestry. After centuries of shifting power, the Sui dynasty eventually reunited China, improved governance, expanded infrastructure like the Grand Canal, and reinforced centralized authority. Building on Sui foundations, the Tang dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, became China's golden age. Art, poetry, trade, technology, and government bureaucracy all flourished. Emperors like Taizong strengthened the legal system and expanded China's borders, while trade along the Silk Road brought cultural exchange from east to west. During this time, China became the largest, most populous, and most prosperous civilization in the known world, a cultural and economic powerhouse admired across continents. From ancient villages along great rivers to imperial unification and golden ages of culture and innovation, China's early history is a story of resilience, adaptation, and profound human achievement. This legacy continues to influence all corners of the world today. If you enjoyed this journey through time, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into world history.